Today I have Graham Hendra with me. He is our new Meshwork Specialist. He's going to be joining the community to help us carry on providing quality content and education. He's here to answer any queries and questions about heat pumps. Basically, what Graham Hendra doesn't know about heat pumps probably isn't worth knowing about. So I'm going to rattle through some questions so you guys can get to know him a bit better. So Graham, my first question is, how did you get into the heat pump sector?
To be honest, completely by mistake. I did really badly at my A levels and decided I was going to go on the dole. And so I told my dad that I was going to go on the dole, and he asked me how much the dole was, and at the time it was £39 a week. So he told me my rent was 40. And so I had to get a job, and the very first thing that I went for was an air conditioning job. I didn't even know what air conditioning was, and that kind of bled into renewables. After about 20 odd years, I ended up being in heat pumps, which really is just an extension of air conditioning.
Okay, fair. That's good. That's good to know. All right, so next one is, what's your favorite heat pump at the moment?
Problem is, I've got three.
All right, we can go over three and then pick one.
The problem is that nobody makes a heat pump that does everything, right? So the one I have at home is made by Renewable Energy Devices, or RED, everyone calls it. It's ultra premium. It's kind of the Bentley of heat pumps. I love it. What it can't do, isn't worth doing. But it's a medium temperature machine, so it's good for new builds, really big new builds, and so on. And that's where it wins. So for that sort of market, RED. I'm a bit of a fan at the moment of higher temperature heat pumps, so retrofit when we're replacing oil boilers, and for that there really is only one unit, which is the Hitachi high temperature, which is they call the king of the heat pumps. It's amazing. And I have a terribly soft spot for Samsung because I launched Samsung into Europe, and I still have the oldest Samsung heat pump in the world in my little showroom. So sorry, I have to give you an answer of three.
No, that's good. That's good. And they cover different areas, which is perfect. Okay, so obviously you love heat pumps. But what is another passion of yours?
Motorbikes, to be honest. They're a terrible, terrible addiction. They're like a disease. So I've got 9. I'm a frustrated motorbike mechanic. That's what I want to do for a living, but no one wants to pay me any money, so I have to do heat pumps. So yeah, I've kind of got a bit of a passion for fixing old bikes and new bikes and whatever. So that's it, really.
Oh, brilliant. Where have you ridden them in the past? Have you gone on nice tours?
Yeah. So obviously in lockdown, couldn't go anywhere sensible. So we went to Scotland, but I've been to Spain and across the Pyrenees and all over. But yeah, there were plans to do all sorts of crazy things. But obviously we've got to wait until this is all over. Things like ride across the Himalayas and all that lot. But maybe one day.
Yeah. Okay, so what is your main bucket list? What's like the main point on it? What you'd really like to tick off?
Retirement. No, to be honest, I know this sounds really weird, but I'm slightly obsessed with mountaineering. I have no plan ever to do any because I'm scared of heights, but I'm sort of a bit into it. And I've always wanted to go to base camp of Everest just to go and see Mount Everest. Don't want to climb it, don't want to get to the top, just want to see it. So it's on my list, and maybe one day.
That's an awesome one. I mean, I would love to do that. I've been obsessed with watching all the people summit it, and I think recently Nims, have you heard about Nims who did the 14 peaks, has come out, and I was just like, goodness, yes, I'll do it.
Well, I'll watch you, but I'm not going up there.
Okay, and the last one is, if you could have dinner with anyone, who would it be?
This is a funny question because this is one we ask in interviews.
Oh, I like that.
And the kind of stock answer is all the really boring ones, sort of politically correct ones like Nelson Mandela, David Attenborough, and so on. Richard Feynman.
Richard Feynman?
Oh, well, there we go. He was a Nobel laureate physicist. He helped build the atom bomb, but he was a an incredibly intelligent man. So obviously, getting a Nobel Prize in physics is not easy, but he also had an incredible gift for being able to explain what he did, things like quantum mechanics, to idiots like me. And,
Brilliant.
and he was an interesting guy. So I'd like to, yeah, I think I'd like to have dinner with him.
Oh, that's a great one. And I've learned something new today as well. Okay, those are all my questions. So thank you so much for answering them all. And I'm sure all our members have learned a little bit more about you today.
Yes, hopefully they don't send me their broken motorbikes to fix because I'm a bit busy with heat bumps. But there we go. No, thank you very much for interviewing me.